Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Paul at Radio Free Hammer Hall. Today I want to talk about just some thoughts about hobbying and painting and kind of where I'm at, what I've learned over the past year or so of working on stuff, which, kind of a little late on the New Year's thing. It's like 3 months into the year already. Or not 3 months, like 3 weeks into the year. Um, but I really had set some goals and made plans for myself for 2024 for painting, and um, wanted to talk about my progress on that, how I've done with that, and my thoughts on some things going forward for myself. So I really decided early in the year that I wanted to go hard at learning to be a better painter and really try to like win awards at events, or at least because the competition at bigger GTs is just absolutely ridiculous, and I happen to live near people like Martin Orlando where we're playing in the same event. Most of those paint awards end up being the Martin Orlando award. So um much love to him, by the way. He's a great friend. um the Just wanting to be at least in those like paint showcases, when they kind of do like player's choice or something like that, cut to the top 10% or whatever. So I really wanted to try and do that for like every event that I could, just be in the top. I don't need to win a trophy. I just want to get to that next tier of being recognized consistently and winning what I can, obviously, but um, I'll take more. But at small RTTs, I really want to win the painting awards. At small GTs, I want to definitely be in the showcases. Small ones, like really going for the gold. Um, and I ended up doing some paint coaching this year. I did painting classes this year at Nova. Really put effort into what I was doing. I learned a tremendous amount. I also just like I really it bore fruit immediately. I got uh two GTs this year that I got second place painting in. I got like player's choice showcase in one or two others. I got uh I got like the most influential player award, which is like the top award at the Nova narrative event. But I was told by the guys running it that I also placed really high hobby wise for that event. It was just they don't want to give multiple awards to the same people, which totally cool. Understand, want to recognize as many people as we can. Um, so I feel like I really accomplished a lot of goals this year. And I think for 2025, it's really just kind of continuing with that for one, and really setting a second goal for myself now. And that is just having more fun painting. Not just really working hard at everything, but having fun projects, relaxing projects, things that I'm not thinking as hard about. I, recently kind of needed a palette cleanser, so to speak, and I just picked up a Skaven model, the new hero on giant rat thing. And I just painted that in like a day, and it was a really refreshing project. It felt good. It was fun. It came out pretty well, but I didn't put my top level of effort into it. I just hit like it's good enough. It's for my Skaven army. My Skaven army is like a 7 or 8 year old paint job on the majority of it, so that's never going to be expecting to win paint awards. So it's just like, hey, does it look close enough that um like color wise and all that it doesn't look out of place? Is it a higher standard than the rest of it for a to at least represent my skill increase over time? Cool, all good, I'm happy with it. I started my Slanesh project, and it's a very radically different style than what I've done before. It's like a synthwave Tron sort of paint scheme. Do I have anything I can grab right at my desk? Yes, I do. So doing this sort of thing with these guys, really leaning into like fluorescent neon kind of looks, very 80s, very just jumps right out at you. But man, painting like that's hard. It's a very different style than I'm used to. It's really kind of just doing it is stretching my abilities a bit because it's different, and fluorescent paints are different to work with than regular acrylics. So I was struggling with that a little bit, and I realized that I don't think that's ever going to be an army that I want to try to take to a GT and win awards with. And realizing that made a massive gear shift in my head and said, well, like, sure, I want to make this look good, but perfection is the enemy of done. And this, with a moderate, like, still having fun painting amount of effort going into it, still comes out looking really cool because fluorescent colors just create crazy highlight, and they're really bright and fun and splashy. So, my goal with it is more like somebody walking by the table and saying like, hey, that's a really cool looking army, not like winning an award, because I don't think I'm going to have like the technical skills to take this particular style to that level. And I don't want to have every army I do that is going to that extent. Like painting a couple of Skaven models made me realize that like just throwing paint on models is fun sometimes. So I've been starting to take a little bit more of a laid back approach to this army, while with my Maggotkin of Nurgle and my Slaves to Darkness still pushing those to the highest possible levels that I can, but not just burning myself out constantly trying to paint to a crazy standard on everything that I do, so that it's just fun. So in my head now, I kind of have different buckets of level of effort that I want to go through, right? My Skaven is just like, get paint on it and get it on the table. It's, now I don't personally like the like slap chop method and that sort of stuff, like the actual like speed paint methods, but it's close to that for my Skaven army, right? Slaanesh is going to kind of be the next step up, where I want it to look really cool, but I'm not going to beat myself up and try and win awards with it. And then I'm going to have my armies that I'm really gunning for the top with. And I think compartmentalizing what is my goal with the army that I'm painting, like, where do I want to get it? Am I painting for fun, or am I painting for trophies? Am I maybe just painting to the best of my ability and I'm not at that like gunning for the top level yet? I think differentiating that in your head can make it a lot more fun, because if you're at that end of the spectrum where it's more just I want to get it on the table, it's more fun, it's more relaxing to paint like that, for me at least. Another interesting thing that I really learned this year was from entering Capital Palette at Nova Open and getting feedback on my work. I wasn't expecting to get an award, because it was really the first time I was entering something. Like, I technically entered something previously, like years ago, but like I don't even know why I did that. Like, it was just money down the drain because I had no idea what I was doing. But so I got great feedback. Thankfully, good friend Vince Venturella happened to be one of the people that judged my model. And, I was able to chat with him after. He gave me tons and tons of fantastic feedback. And I had one important takeaway from that. And that is, and hold for a minute, hold your judgment before let me finish talking about this before you're like, what are you talking about? The one thing I learned from that feedback is that I don't think I'm going to be competing in painting competitions again. Not anytime soon, anyway. Because I realized from all of that, the big takeaway that I had was there is painting for armies and there's painting for display. And the styles are different. The effort you go through to put everything in is different. Having it look good on the tabletop or on a display board is different than it looking good in the case. And all of the feedback that I got, all the different things that I would need to do to really elevate that model to the next level just sounded like it wasn't fun. And none of this is because I'm discouraged, don't think I'm able to do it. Anything like that. I could learn to do this, I've built up enough confidence in my ability to learn over time from nearly 10 years of Warhammer now, that, I know I can learn to do it. I know I could go and eventually really compete in those painting competitions if I wanted to dedicate myself to doing that. But man, does it not sound fun to me. And I do so many things that I do in life. When it stops being fun, I stop doing it. I don't want to torture myself. I do Warhammer and painting and hobbying and all of this stuff because I enjoy doing it. I do these YouTube videos because I enjoy doing them. The YouTube thing, I've said it many times before, I just do it for fun. I don't care if I have 1 million subscribers. I'm just throwing some stuff out there, and it blows my mind that the number of people that watch my videos actually give a shit about what I have to say. So, take it for what you will. But, I had that important realization that there was just no interest in me for doing the kind of painting that I would have to do to really compete in the display painting, competition painting sort of world. So that also makes me in my head shift gears that there's a bunch of things for that. Painting those two different styles are very different things. So if I focus my effort really on, I want to be a good army painter, that's different. And it's a different skill set. And now I know what skills I need to go after, right? Things that make a model look good on the table, make it look good on a display board, building good display boards, all of that sort of stuff. Shout out to Oscar Lars, by the way, between coaching and a class that I did with him at Nova. I mean, so much valuable information on that. Anybody that hasn't done coaching before or hasn't done painting classes before, dude, if you want to get to be a better painter, that's totally the way to do it. They're not really that expensive. They're fun. There's a lot of great people that are great to help you. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've learned a lot this year. And I think one of I've really learned what my goals should be going forward and how to have fun going forward. And so I'm just going to keep doing it and keep working on my Slaves to Darkness and my Maggotkin, and try not to get too tired of those paint schemes, and have other projects that I'm just doing for fun. And we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be another great year. I had a great hobby year for 2024. I have goals about Warhammer that don't have anything to do with the hobby side of it. I really want to get out and play more games. But that's about it. So I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you all for watching and listening to me babble on for 15 minutes about nothing. So I'll talk to you all later.